Welcome back, series finders. Today I've rounded up 10 absolute heavy hitters released from 2015 onwards that aren't just good TV, they are spiritual experiences. We're talking about the shows that live rent-free in my head, the ones I'd sell my soul to watch again for the first time. I'm gonna describe the vibe, the chaos, and the sheer emotional damage they inflict, but I'm keeping the titles a secret until the very end of each segment. Oh, and before we dive into the madness, I've got you covered. Every single one of these shows and where to stream them is listed in the first pinned comment below. Ready? Let's get spicy. Imagine you're living in London. Your life is a dumpster fire of your own making, and you have this incredible, slightly terrifying habit of looking directly at the camera to tell the audience exactly how much of a mess you are. This show is the ultimate unfiltered woman manifesto. It starts off as this raunchy, lightning-fast comedy where you're laughing at things you definitely shouldn't, and then it pivots into a devastating exploration of grief, guilt, and the kind of love that actually hurts to watch. The writing is so sharp it could draw blood, specifically in the second season when a certain hot priest enters the chat and suddenly we're all questioning our religious boundaries. It's chaotic, it's deeply uncomfortable, and it's probably the most perfect 2 seasons of television ever produced. Created by and starring the genius Phoebe Waller-Bridge alongside a scene-stealing Cyan Clifford and directed with surgical precision by Harry Bradbeer, this is the one and only FLEABAG from 2016. Okay. Take yourself back to the 90s. The hair is big, the denim is questionable, and there's a literal armed conflict happening outside your bedroom window, but all you care about is whether or not your crush thinks your new hat is cool. This show is a riotous, screamingly funny love letter to teenage idiocy set in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. It's about a group of 4 girls and one very confused English lad who are just trying to navigate Catholic school, local thugs, and the constant threat of Sister Michael's dry, soul-crushing wit. I'm telling you, I have never seen a show capture the specific brand of friendship through insults better than this. It's loud, it's fast, and you might need subtitles if you aren't used to the accent, but the heart buried under all that sarcasm is massive. Written by Lisa McGee and featuring an iconic cast including Sourshea Monica Jackson and Nicola Coughlan under the direction of Michael Lennox, this comedy gold is DERRY Girls from 2018. What if a 19th century poet was actually a Gen Z icon trapped in a world of court sets and repressive social norms? This show takes everything you thought you knew about period dramas and tosses it out the window in favor of trap music, surrealism, and a version of death played by Wiz Khalifa. It follows a young woman who is far too loud, far too smart, and far too obsessed with her own mortality to fit into her father's house. It's colorful, it's rebellious, and it treats the internal life of a young artist with the kind of epic scale it deserves. You'll be laughing at the absurdity 1 minute and then feeling a profound sense of loneliness as she struggles to be heard in a world that just wants her to get married and shut up. Starring a magnetic Haley Steinfeld and created by Elena Smith, this audaciously modern take on history is Dickinson from 2019. We are heading to the gritty, sun-drenched streets of post-war Naples for a story that is so intimate it feels like reading someone's private diary. This is a sprawling, decades-long epic about 2 girls growing up in a neighborhood where violence is the local language and education is the only way out. Their friendship is complicated. It's competitive, it's obsessive, it's beautiful, and it's occasionally toxic. You watch them grow from children into women, their lives diverging and intertwining in ways that feel painfully real. The cinematography is so realistic you can almost smell the dust and the sea air. It's a masterclass in show, don't tell storytelling that demands your full attention and rewards you with a deep, aching understanding of what it means to be a human being. Based on the celebrated novels by Elena Ferrante and brought to life by director Saverio Costanzo with stars like Gaia Girase and Margherita Masucco, this stunning Italian masterpiece is My Brilliant Friend from 2018. If you like your family reunions with a side of corporate espionage and enough insults to fill a dictionary, this is your new obsession. It follows a media dynasty where the patriarch is a terrifying lion of a man who refuses to die or retire, and his 4 adult children are basically fighting a gladiator war in custom-tailored suits to see who inherits the throne. It's a Shakespearean tragedy disguised as a black comedy. These people are objectively terrible, they're billionaires who don't know the price of a gallon of milk, and yet you find yourself rooting for them, even as they're stabbing each other in the back. The dialogue is a rhythmic, profane dance that makes you feel smarter just for listening to it. With a powerhouse cast led by Brian Cox, Jeremy Strong, and Sarah Snuck, and executive produced by Adam McKay and Jesse Armstrong, this brutal satire of the 1% is Succession from 2018.
Wait, if you're loving these deep dives into the best shows on the planet, do your future self a favor and hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. It helps the channel out a ton and keeps the TV recommendations flowing. Back to the chaos. Grab a notebook, a red string, and maybe some aspirin because this show is going to melt your brain in the best way possible. It starts with a missing child in a small German town, but quickly spirals into a multi-generational conspiracy involving time travel, secret societies, and the end of the world. It's dark, it's atmospheric, and it's the ultimate everything is connected puzzle. You have to pay attention to every single face, every date, and every weird symbol because nothing, and I mean nothing, is a coincidence. The rain-soaked vibes and the haunting score make every episode feel like a ticking time bomb. It's the kind of show that makes you question the nature of time itself and whether we actually have free will or if we're just stuck in a loop. Created by the visionary duo Baran Bo Odar and Hanjet Frize and featuring Louis Hoffman, this mind-bending sci-fi thriller is Dark from 2017. This next one is a visual trip unlike anything else you've seen. It uses rotoscope animation, which means they filmed real actors and then painted over them, to create this dreamlike fluid reality where the boundaries of time and space are constantly shifting. The story follows a young woman who, after a near-fatal car accident, starts seeing her deceased father and discovers she might have a special relationship with time, or she might be losing her mind. The show plays with that ambiguity perfectly. It's about family trauma, mental health, and the search for truth in a world that feels increasingly hollow. It's breathtakingly beautiful and deeply emotional, featuring a raw performance by Rosa Salazar and a hauntingly good Bob Odenkirk. Created by Kate Purdy and Raphael Bob Waksberg, the brilliant minds behind BoJack Horseman, this psychological fantasy is Undone from 2019. Step onto the floor because the category is Legacy. This show is an explosion of color, ballroom culture, and radical self-love set against the backdrop of 1980s New York. It follows the legendary houses as they compete for trophies and, more importantly, for a sense of family in a society that wants to erase them. It's fierce, it's heartbreaking, and it's incredibly important. While it tackles the heavy reality of the HIV/AIDS crisis, it never loses its sense of joy or its fighting spirit. The performances are towering. Billy Porter and Michaela J. Rodriguez will literally make you stand up and cheer at your screen. It's a show about chosen family and the courage it takes to be exactly who you are. Co-created by Ryan Murphy, Brad Falchuk, and Stephen Canals, this dazzling emotional powerhouse is Pose from 2018. Put your hoodie on and get ready to dismantle the global economy. This show is a techno thriller that actually understands technology, but at its core, it's a deeply personal character study of a brilliant, lonely cybersecurity engineer with a massive secret. He's recruited by a mysterious anarchist to help take down the world's biggest conglomerate. But as the hack unfolds, the line between reality and delusion starts to blur. The cinematography is unconventional and claustrophobic, mirroring the protagonist's fractured mental state. It's a masterpiece of tension and social commentary that feels more relevant every single day. Rami Malek is hauntingly good, supported by an enigmatic Christian Slater and a pitch-perfect cast. Directed almost entirely by its creator, Sam Esmail, this paranoid, high-stakes thriller is Mr. Robot from 2015. Finally, we have the gold standard of character writing. It's a spin-off that somehow managed to equal and some argue surpass its legendary predecessor. We follow a small-time, silver-tongued lawyer with a heart of gold and a penchant for the hustle as he slowly, tragically transforms into the criminal lawyer we all know. It's a slow-burn tragedy about the choices we make and the people we love who try to save us from ourselves. The relationship between the lead and his partner, Kim Wexler, is perhaps the most compelling romance in TV history, not because it's flashy, but because it's built on mutual respect and shared secrets. The cinematography is art, the tension is unbearable, and the payoff is monumental. Created by Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould, and led by the incomparable Bob Odenkirk and Rhea Seehorn, this legal drama turned crime epic is Better Call Saul from 2015. And there you have it, 10 shows that will ruin your sleep schedule and improve your life. I'm dying to know, which of these have you already binged 3 times and which one are you starting tonight? Let's argue about our favorites in the comments. Don't forget to check that pinned comment for all the streaming links so you can start your marathon right now. I love this community of TV nerds and I can't wait to see what you think. Until next time, stay obsessed, keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.